Hi, everyone. This is Miss Garza. I am your art history teacher, and I wanted to go ahead and introduce and welcome everybody to the course. Um, I wanted to just go over some information where you get to know me a little bit. And in live class, it was a little bit different because students are able to also interact and let me know what their favorite stuff is, or so I can get to know them as well. But for this video, it's just going to be you getting to know me a little bit more. So my favorite color is blue. Actually, like the shirt I'm wearing right now, that kind of blue, because there's all these different kinds. And that's always been my favorite color since I was a kid. I don't know, it brings me peace and I feel calm and it makes me happy when I see it. Um, and these were some of the questions for the students to answer. What do you want to do as a career? Well, obviously, I'm an art teacher, but I did start off wanting to go into psychology. And then after that, um, I just I was taking a drawing class for an elective, and by the time you knew it, I really enjoyed being around the art department and being creative. So I thought, how could I help people and do creativity and art at the same time? And that's when I decided to get into art education. Um, but if you would ask me right now, like, what would you do? Would you still stick to it? Like, yes, I absolutely love my job, but I would further myself by doing art therapy because I think it's just so amazing that they use that now to be able to use in therapeutic sessions and for people to be able to express themselves. It's super interesting to me. What's your favorite TV show? Right now, I don't have a specific favorite TV show. Um, Gilmore Girls was awesome though. Like it really was. And I really enjoy that. It's a girly show. But that's just one of my favorites. So in class, students had a board where they were able to share their different TV shows. So that was really interesting. Do you have any pets and what kind? I do. I have three no, we have four pets at the house. So my number one pet is Sadie, and she's my golden retriever. And then there's Jack. He's like some kind of pinscher chihuahua mix. He's my daughter's. And what do we have? Oh, we have Chewy. He's our new little hamster. That's Julie's. And my oldest daughter, Brianna, she has a betta fish. And so those are the pets we have at home. And then the last question was, how much do you like art? Mine's definitely a 10. But for the entire class, because there was a question, I will tell you that the majority of students did include C, 7 to 8, and 9 to 10. So that was very exciting to see so many people being involved and liking creativity or art. So again, a little bit more about myself. Remember, I told you about my pets. Well, this is Sadie. She's my COVID baby. We got my golden smack in the middle of COVID. And it was awesome because she helped us move along with all that craziness. And that's my husband. We met in high school and we've been together ever since. And my youngest daughter's Julie. She is 10 years old. My son is 13 years old and his name's Damien. And Brianna is 16 years old and she is going to be a junior in high school. They haven't started school yet. They got 2 more weeks to go. And I want to also show you some of my art. I think it's important that you see that I have a certain style, that I not only enjoy art, but I want you to see what I actually do. And I kind of found that I like mixed media. And mixed media means that, I don't just use markers, I don't just use watercolors. I like to blend different medias in my artwork. And then I found that I also really like portraits. Um, and another thing that's really important is that uh, I love detail. It's taken me years to find out like what's your niche, like what's your thing. I don't do simple things. I find myself always looking for more detail and hyperrealism, trying to find everything to just make it have the expression kind of show through. And so I really enjoy that. Um, If you see back here, this is all artwork that my students have given me that I helped them or guided them to create. And when I was in a brick and mortar for 20 years, the last assignment that my seniors would have would be for them to leave a piece in their style for me. And so I love collecting these, and they remind me so much of them, and they're lots of fun to see. Um, and then this is a little bit more of my work. Again, I've done things from sculptures, 3D, to I've also had commission pieces where people ask me, to do something for them, and I get paid for it. I haven't done that in a while though, because I've been very busy with my 3 kiddos. All right, so let's get into this about this class. So this semester, you're going to be seeing a combination of lessons, quizzes, and tests. There is going to be one project during the semester. And I don't want you to freak out or to feel like it's going to be extremely hard, because it's not. Buzz will ask you to paint, and it will ask you to have art supplies at home. Don't have to worry about that. I do have alternate assignments that you can also do. And by all means, you can use any media that you want, but I do have that information if you need it, or I will get that information to you. So make sure that you keep a good line of communication with me when you get to the project part. In this class, you can retake quizzes and test twice, but you do need to meet with me in order for you to get the third try. For those of you that weren't able to make it to class today, I really encourage you to make it next week, because I'm going to be talking about different ways you can pass my class, and I'm going to be giving you awesome pointers where you're guaranteed to make an A if you go in and listen to my lecture. Okay, so you will end up seeing automatic zeros after your due date, and I strongly suggest from experience from other students that you don't get more than 5 days behind, because if that happens, you're going to start to see a pattern where it becomes a lot harder to catch up. Class norms. It's important that you show academic integrity. It's important also that you be nice and don't put yourself down or others down while we're in class, that you keep your microphones off during class unless you have a question or you raise your hand and I give you permission to speak. Messages in chat should be class centered, and put questions in the chat, and use your school email to log in. That's really important because we're going to be using Nearpod for everything in every lesson. So when you go into bus, this is what you're going to see. And it's important that you know that this icon here definitely means that that's where you check your grades. A lot of students automatically go into that icon because they want to know, again, it shows you the grades and assignments in order. So that's a good one right there to know. Overview of lessons. It's important that you read and follow instructions carefully. The answers are in the text, so it's important to always go back and look. Ask questions. I'm here to help. You have access to the text above. While you're taking the quiz, you could read it again if necessary, or you can open a new window, a new tab, and you're going to have the text there, and then you'll have your quiz on the other tab, and it'll make it easy for you to alternate and try to find your answers. When doing quizzes, you can have another window open, and I said this again, and I'm going to repeat myself sometimes because I think that these things are really important to have in mind when you're in all your classes. For reading the section if necessary, come see me if you need a third attempt to pick up your grade. If you don't have the materials for an art project, come see me. I'll give you ideas on how to create it with materials you have at home. And something else that's super important to me is that you read the comments that I leave on your projects. You're going to see in those comments, there's going to be praise messages or things that you're missing. And I want you to get 100. So if you have a low grade, we can work that out so you can get the highest grade you can. If you don't complete an assignment by the target due date, it will show like a 0. Like I said before, you can still complete the assignment. That's not going to be your final grade unless you don't do it. Okay, so you don't want to leave that 0 on there. This is my landing page, and next week we're going to go over class resources. That is where I'm going to teach you the key element for this class so you can get an A. And then I also want you to kind of go into all the different books on the shelf so you could see what's available to you. And any questions was the last slide. And it says, now is my turn to get to know you a little bit. So it says that this link can be found on my landing page on the yellow book labeled Student Scavenger Hunt. So please fill it out. I'd love to get to know you. And that is all for today. Thank you very much for being here. Bye.